but he was in a rush. The plane was running, Angola was calling, and he had to get out of there. And that's going well, too. He forgot to address Africa for 4 years. China's taking it over. More on that later. At 12
the United States top diplomat visited the Democratic Republic of the Congo today, where he met with that nation's president and foreign minister. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's trip is part of a 5-day tour across sub-Saharan Africa to unveil the administration's new strategy for the region. A 3-day summit that included the leaders of 49 nations on the African continent concluded today in Washington. It was the first such gathering in 8 years. What can you tell us about the summit, about what the administration is trying to accomplish here?
As you noted, Judy, this is the first summit in the last 8 years. And President Biden, the past 3 days, has really been focused on saying that the U.S. is very committed to Africa, that it's a lasting relationship, and that they aren't going to just not be around in a number of years, that it isn't going to be sporadic. And
this week, the U.S. ambassador to the UN is visiting the border of one of the world's worst crises. More than 5 million Sudanese have been displaced by a power struggle between the military and an offshoot paramilitary group. More than 200,000 people from Sudan's Darfur region have fled into Chad, where UN Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield announced new sanctions and additional humanitarian assistance. Nick Schiffer.
Now, from the political landscape around the vice president's trip to the realities on the ground in Africa and the changing relationship between the U.S. and the 56 nations of the continent. Jude Moore served as Minister of Public Works in Liberia and is the director of the Africa Initiative at the Center for Global Development, a think tank. Jude Moore, welcome to the News Hour, and thanks for joining us. So Vice President Harris is now the 5th high-ranking U.S. official to visit Africa from the Biden administration.